So also good afternoon, and thank you for having us at the Data Warehouse Roundtable. First of all, just a second, too much clicks. We will show you today in the next 20 minutes the results of our proof of concept with LIPA, and this was with the Data Warehouse Cloud and the BW Bridge. And we carried this out in December 2021 until February 2022, so also before the official release of the BW Bridge. And your host today will be my colleague Boris Bauer. So he's a senior consultant BI for many years, and he's also main responsible for the Data Warehouse Cloud. And me, my name is Stefan Schwenzel, and I'm responsible for the analytics area at T.CON. So LIPA, we carried it out with the company LIPA, and I may send you also greetings from Mr. Wiesoy. He's CIT of the LIPA group, but due to scheduling conflicts, unfortunately, he's not been able to attend today. So I will briefly introduce the LIPA company. So as you can see here, LIPA is an independent group of companies with focus on paper and packaging solutions. So they do, first of all, the production of all the packaging and paper products, all the logistics, and in the end also doing the recycling of the paper and the waste of paper and bring it back to the processes. LIPA, in some figures, there's a business volume of 850 millions, have 1,700 employees, and the other figures are really specific for paper producing companies, but there you get an idea what is produced. So what is LIPA doing? Here are some examples where you can see the products of LIPA, maybe of your daily life. And if you have a look on it, I think there you already unknowingly have been holding LIPA's products in your hands. We are from T.CON, so our goal is to create the best SAP system for our customers. So we are a consulting company, and we are not talking about SAP system as a piece of software in a data center. It's rather a combination of users, the processes, and the software, and many more parts to make it to success. T.CON was founded in 1999, so 20 years of experience, currently 370 employees, 240 customers. We are doing our consulting jobs worldwide, and we also have 620 systems in from our customers in our own data center. From an analytical point of view, so T.CON Analytics, we provide all the strategy topics for BI strategy, visions, and data integration. We help our customers to find their way to a data-driven organization, so do all the data-driven culture and organization changes and UX processes. We support in the data management, so like today for all cloud enterprise data warehouse technologies from SAP and also on-premise. All analytics, which is faced to the customer and really to the people in SAP Analytics Cloud, and all the solutions SAP provided the last 20 years. We're doing a lot of planning solutions for financial planning and all planning requirements that appear. And we also provide the services and the support processes for our customers. And now we come to the point to our project, and therefore I would like to hand over to my colleague Boris, who will show you what we did at LIPA. And Boris, the stage is yours.
Thank you, Stefan. I will take over. I hope you can see my screen. Hello all. First, thank you for having me here. As my colleague mentioned, I may now introduce you to the POC of the SAP BW Bridge at LIPA. Let's not waste time. Let us go straight into the architecture. There's a slide which shows this architecture at a simplified level. In the middle, a central element of the reporting architecture is the SQL data warehouse. This acts as an ETL layer for the sources, SAP ECC, MS SQL, and several file uploads. Actually, they are using Tableau as a front end. So, which challenges is LIPA facing with the actual architecture? First, they need more usability for their business department, respectively the end user. Why? Because Tableau currently only receives technical or cryptical field names from the SQL server, and this makes it often difficult for the business department to handle this or create new reports or find the right objects for the right requirement. Another point is the SQL data warehouse itself. The data model has grown historically and is complex. And due to the structure of the SQL data warehouse, the ETL processes are not transparent, and there is only a good code-based environment. Means there is no graphical component to make it easier for the developers to display data flows or for example, complex join conditions. Another point is to deal with semantic definitions. For example, master data. It's also complicated, not easy to understand, and the adjustments for new developments cost time and resources, and this creates a problem for the IT department, and because they are struggling to react on new requirements or quick changes. Another challenge is the communication between ECC and the SQL data warehouse. The extractors must be created and fetched manually from the SQL data warehouse. And it's often not possible to use data technology here because, it's not technically supported in some cases. So what are the requirements, what were the requirements for the new technology? First of all, the challenges should all be solved. And furthermore, the analytics front-end Tableau should be continued, or should be usable at the end, because business department would like to have the old front and back. And in a new data warehouse, there should be options like visual development and data previews. And in principle, the decision should be made in favor of technology that is contemporary and above all this sustainable. So the decision was easy. It's SAP Data Warehouse Cloud in combination with SAP BW Bridge. Let's have a look at the timeline. LIPA wanted to take this POC very fast, so the kickoff was in mid-December 21. And in the first phase of the project, we tried, or the first goal was to provide the test tenant from SAP side. But due to the holiday reasons or seasons, it was ready, or it was first ready in January, and then we could start. The development phase was faster, not even 1.5 months, and the results were presented to LIPA at the end of February. And then their evaluation started. So LIPA's decision to use the data warehouse cloud with the bridge productively followed 3 weeks later. And as if SAP had waited for this decision, they did the launch event for the bridge 1 week later. Finally, we confirmed that the POC was possible within the short amount of time. And in this case, it was successful. Let's get more into detail. What was part of the POC? First of all, customizing. Both the bridge and the DWC had to be configured to use and communicate with other systems. So this was not easy at all at this early state or release level, or it was not released to the level of the bridge. But however, we were very well supported by SAP and the communication was great. The second part was the introduction of the profitability analysis. The focus here was transactional data and required master data. We mixed the objects in the bridge with classic BW modeling, means staging, but we also did the federation or virtual layer in the data warehouse cloud. Another part was very important for this POC, that's using BI content. And therefore, we implemented a sales scenario. We used BI content extractor tools and for sales and billing and master data. And we tested the delta extractions, the ODP usage, and we did the ETL process also in the bridge and made it available via the data warehouse cloud. We also tested a custom table generic extractor. And for analytics, Tableau was connected to the data warehouse cloud. What is the solution now? As you can see here, this is the final architecture. We connected the SAP ECC system via ODP to the data warehouse cloud and the SAP BW Bridge. We added the MS SQL and files to the data warehouse cloud federation layer, and we used the virtual layer for the standard LIPA front-end tool Tableau. And in another proof of concept, we now connected the SAC, SAP Analytics Cloud, to the scenario, which maybe will become the future front-end solution. But as mentioned, the POC is running. Let's come to the quick wins. First of all, the customer liked the extended self-service for the line of business on data level. Then the consistent access layer in data warehouse cloud, and the implementation of the POC in the data warehouse cloud was quick and efficient. Means we had a high return over invest. And very important, we were able to use BI content, which made it easy for us to fall back on existing know-how. And at the same time, we could provide the customer with a reliable and approved architecture. We could use info objects, means the integration of semantic into the data model was quick and efficient. And we could use ODP data processes, which made extraction easy and transparent. And finally, we could use future-oriented cloud data warehouse technologies. If you have more questions regarding this POC, or if you would like to get more in detail about the architecture, or if you would like to see a live demo, please visit our new webinar located on our website. Yeah, what have we learned? Let's start positive. The cooperation with SAP was strong and close, means we always had a great support at bugs or fixing them. And we can say the BW Bridge is now product ready and can solve many use cases. And the development implementation can be very fast compared to existing solutions. It means we have a better return of invest. And finally, the bridge is a great solution for legacy ECC systems until S/4HANA is implemented. What were the challenges? Yeah, it took some time within the holidays and until SAP brought the test tenant up and running. But at the end, it worked very well. And then BW Bridge was in the pre-release status. Means we struggled in the beginning with activation of BI content or source system connections. Another issue was that some processes did not run in the background process, only in dialog process. Means we had a lot of timeouts, but SAP fixed all of these bugs very fast. And one thing we are still challenging with is we could not reuse our POC developments in a new productive tenant because there is no possibility to do a transport. Finally, we can say the bridge is useful for preventing the invests of the last years into your BW system and bring them to the cloud. And in our case, to integrate SAP legacy system data into the future cloud data warehouse technology. And finally, to make it more transparent, we would say BW Bridge is a BW4 cloud system without a GUI interface. What is happening at the moment at this POC or next steps? We will rebuild our developments in a productive tenant again. Then we will evaluate the BI strategy and roadmap with our customer. And we will complete the Analytics Cloud POC with Data Warehouse Cloud. So thank you for your attention and thanks for listening.